Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to take inputs from the user. So let's get started. So in Python, we have two versions, Python 3.x, 2.x and Python 3.x. So in Python 2.x, we have two functions available. One is input function and another one is raw underscore input function. So in 2.x, input function takes any type of data. Uh, if I pass an integer value, considered as an integer. If I pass the float number, it will be considered as a float number. Or if I pass a string value, by default it will be considered as a string. So input function will take any kind of data. Input function will take any kind of data, whereas raw input function will take only the string data. Okay. And when you come to the Python 3.x, we have only one function, that is input function. In 3.x, what I have done is whatever the raw input function .x, the same thing the input function 3.x. So here you need to understand the basic difference between these two. Okay. In 2.x, we have input function, and this will accept all kind of data, all kind of inputs, and based upon the value we provided, that will be as either int or float or string or boolean. But in case of raw input function, whatever kind of data we pass, it as a string data. And still, if you want to convert string data into some other format, do the typecasting. So that's the thing we have in 2.x. But in Python 3.x, we have only one function called as an input function, and this behavior is exactly same as the raw input function. In 2.x. So input function takes only the string data type. So remember this difference between input function in 3.x and raw input function in 2.x. So input function will take any kind of data, whereas raw input function only string type of data, right? That's about 2.x. Coming to 3.x, input function will take whatever whatever the data we have passed, that as a string type of data. Okay, let me show you few examples of 3.x. Now let me just open the Visual Studio Code. Let me create one simple file here. Name it as user input dot py. Enter. So let me just take known numbers from any user by using input function. So let's see. I will define num1 equal to, it is a variable. So here I will write input function. I will write input, write some message here. First, some close the quotation, close the bracket. So here, once we pass the value and the input function for the value to num1. And similarly, I'll also create one more variable called num2. Get one variable num2 input. Similar variable here. So again, it will take one more value from the user. It will take one value from the user. Okay? And store the value into the variable called num2. Now we will add these two numbers. So let's say print let's say print 1 plus num2. So in Python 3.x, print function should have the parenthesis. Python 3.x, print function should have the parenthesis, right? Remember this one. Now let me run this code. See, here it is asking me to enter the first number. I'll just enter the first number as 100. Enter. Second 200 and 200. So now you can see the output here is returning 100, 200. So what it does is basically is concatenated these two values. When it concatenated these two values. So how it happens? Let's analyze. So as I said before, input function all the inputs the string format. So now as for this, num1 is a string and num2 is also a string. So using plus operator between the two strings, it will do the concatenation. That's the reason we are getting the output as 100, okay. So this is basically concatenate these two values. Concatenate these two values. By default, it will treat it as a string format, and it is also by default treated as string format. So that's the reason we are getting output as a like this. Now, for suppose I want to get exact values and I want to get these two numbers, what I need to do is I need to just convert this string into number format. Okay, we need to do what we need to do is typecasting here. Convert string into number. We'll do a typecasting here. So let's see how we can do the typecasting. So we can do the typecasting in two different ways here. One is, so here we are getting this as a string format, right? We are getting this in a string format. This is also a string format. This is also a string format. So before storing the value into number here, I will write int. Okay, I will write int here. Just write find everything in a bracket. So this, yeah, for this also just enter int here in a bracket. Okay. Now, so now what happens? It accepts the value from the user in string format. It accepts the value in string format, and it is converting into the number format and storing in a variable called num1, and also it is in a num2. So now num1 is having an integer value and num2 is also having an integer value. So this is called as a typecasting in Python. So now it will accept the user input in string format and then convert that into a number format in number1 and similarly in number2. So here let me just run this code, see the output. It is asking I'll give the output. What it is exactly? 300. So 100 plus 200. Here it is converting this string format into the integer format, number format. And then storing in a variable called num1. By default, So by default in Python 3, input function will take user input and treat it by default as a string. So if you want to perform any calculations and all you need number format. So this is how you need number format. Okay. And this is the one way to convert the number format. And instead of writing int here, you can also write, let me show you one more way of number format. Instead uh, of writing int here, right? So here int, we can also write a int function here. Int bracket 1 of bracket 2. Here, before adding these two values, first it will converting in integer format or a number format. Then it will add these two numbers. Then we will get the exact output called as a 300. Let me show you. Let's run this code. It's asking first one as to enter output 300. We're getting same output. Okay. So this is how we need to take the user and perform any action. So by default, input function will the input as a string format, and then if you want to do any certain calculations, you need to convert that into a number format. Okay, this is how you need to use input function in a Python 3.x. So that's all about for this video. Thank you all for watching this video. Thank you. Please subscribe my channel, and you will get more updates on this. Thank you.